morning, boys and girls. 9 a.m., baby. Okay, I'm trying to make me some coffee. Today is, I think Thursday. It is definitely not Saturday, but I am upset. I'm having coffee. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of coffee in. A little bit of coffee. I don't like a lot of coffee. A little bit of coffee. And I'm going to put my cloves. I want to put 3 in there. 2, 3. This is what happens when you put away everything sometimes. Okay, here goes some cinnamon. And I think I'm going to try. This is going to be the first time I try it. So let me see if I can put like a tablespoon in there. Maybe not a whole tablespoon. I want to see if I can manage a little bit more. I can't even. Oh, jeez. I want to just put a larger amount. See if I can have it. I'm not sure if that's enough, but I think I'm ruining my microwave. That's what I think I'm doing now. That's my cinnamon. And my nutmeg. I'm just going to put a few shakes of nutmeg in there. Nice amount. Put me some water. Water. Yes. It's going to be my coffee. Now, boys and girls. I am suffering with exhaustion due to most likely fibromyalgia. So I need a little energy this morning. So I had to make me some rice. And I don't like eating rice because rice puts me to sleep. But I'm going to just eat 3 tablespoons with my leftovers from yesterday. With my leftovers. And I have my coffee. I have my breakfast. I had a wonderful sleep last night, but I woke up this morning, and you know what? I started talking to God, and I had a good day, and I'm just doing me. And then the phone rang, and I'm like, "Hey, girl, oh, I haven't heard from you in a while." And then I hear some news. Oh, let me tell you who was at where yesterday or whenever, what he was wearing, and color shirt, I said, you know what? Okay, I see somebody else now I need to part ways with. I surely did not need to wake up this morning to find out that Mr. Sexy was outside wearing this color shirt and this color slacks. But I said, you know what? This is how the Lord provides you with people that are informers. I don't need to know all that. So now my day is ruined, boys and girls. When I say ruined, I done cursed about 5 times. Like this mother effer out there walking around in this color shirt and that. But you know what? None of it matters. Okay, that's 1 tablespoon. That's 2 tablespoons. That is 3 tablespoons. Rice and me are not friends, boys and girls. Definitely not friends. But I need a little energy today. Absolutely, boys and girls. Absolutely. That coffee tastes rancid. That coffee tastes rancid. So now I'm gonna mix my rice up. Now yesterday I had some squash and my sausage and everything, but I need at least 3 tablespoons of rice. So I'm just gonna mix it up in there. I have some rice with my leftovers. And this was my actual bowl that I made last night. So I ate a little bit, but Of course, I couldn't eat a lot. Now I'm not sure I can drink this, but what I do know is that I need a little bit of this in there. I didn't want to put it in there. I took it out to get to the coffee, but I don't like coffee that look that dark. I can't. Sorry, not I. Whoop. Nope. Red alert. Red alert. Ooh, I can't drink this. No, no, no. Ooh, ooh. I'm gonna try it. But I have got to settle myself in my seat. Boys and girls, guess who's sitting down taking a rest? Yes, you girl. So and you're not gonna believe me. Today I said I am going to tidy up this table. So what I did was I took off my little cover and just did a little shake to give it a little dust. So that's the first part of cleaning up. And the second part of cleaning up is nothing else. Boom! No, I'm gonna clean up a little bit more. I just want to have a little bit of my food before I. Mm, 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 mm. And a coffee, of course. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, I tell you, cinnamon is like wow. But um, I have to tell you, I'm gonna do the best I can to stay in the house because that phone call just like took me up here, and I have to stay within my lane and take care of myself. But last night about midnight, my phone rang. My phone doesn't ring that often, so at midnight, the first thing I was thinking was Shay's Creations. That's it, because who else called me at midnight? So I answered the phone, see the man's name, and then he was like, "I'm calling to see if you're open." And all I could do inside was laugh because it is so funny to see someone listed on Google open 24 hours. It is crazy. Nobody can understand the concept of legit seeing someone on business open on 24/7 on Google, but that's me. So I said, "How may I help you?" So we went through the phone call, whatever, and I said, "Well, how far are you from here?" He said, "Well, I can be there in a few minutes." I said, "Okay." Gave him the information or whatever. It turned out that he didn't want a custom birthday card. He wanted a store-bought greeting card. So I kid you not, I was caught off guard, first of all, because it states somewhere that I make these cards by hand. But I understand he was looking for a greeting card. I was so proud of this man at midnight looking for a birthday card for his wife. So, and I actually had to tell him that, how happy I was for that. But talking to him while he was looking at the cards now, and on my dining table, I put out some cards and I went through looking, and I felt so bad because I do have store-bought cards in my closet underneath a lot of bins. And at midnight, with a man in my house, I was not going in the closet to pull out store-bought cards. It wasn't going to happen. One thing I love about my building is security. I don't have to worry about anything like that. If anybody try me in here, I am of sound mind and body to do what I have to do to defend myself. Not to say I would win, but you best believe this girl is coming for you. So, and I am always prepared in every room I have in here. Don't move and shake like you're not trying to get this girl to tip the edge, because I'm gonna whoop that ass, boy. But this guy was so decent. And then I'm showing him cards, and he's like, "Do you have anything that's like simple?" So I'm like, "Simple?" And then another thing came over me. So I said, "Is she like a minimalist?" And he said, "Yes." He said she's very simple. She doesn't like all. So I said, "Okay, that's good." I remember a time when I was trying to make minimalistic greeting cards, but I don't know how, because I am like a boho type of person. So I said, I went over to this massive greeting card rack that I was gonna bust down with a hammer if I could have found a hammer a few days ago. So I said, God is speaking, and I need to find a way to keep it. So I said, "Does this look like something?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "This right here." So I love the card, but I wouldn't want the card because it is just too basic. And I said to him, I said, "I need to stop making cards for me, because these cards here of like for me, he said, don't stop what you're doing. He said, these are beautiful. He said, is this what you do in here? I said, yes. And he looked at me with this look like he couldn't believe it. And he was so cute. When I say cute, I would never try to talk to him or anything like that. I would never do that. But the reason why I thought it was so cute is because he was so kind. He was so soft spoken. He was so professional. And the only thing on his mind was giving his wife a card. And I said to him, I said, you are so decent. This is why I kid you not, I don't care what I go through in this world, I will always love the male species because there are some good men out there. So I said to him, I said, you're going to have to do me a favor. And then he asked me what was, and I said, okay, I need you to pick which card you want. Doesn't matter. And I said, you can have your card for $1. He said, no. I said, I need you to listen. Whatever you do is on you. But I'm telling you, you can have the card for $1. And then he said, I have to. I said, well, I just need you to let me do what I'm doing now. He said, okay. So after that, I said, okay, these cards are made with packets, with the earrings, whatever the case may be, because I was doing packets. And I need you to choose whichever one you like and give it to her. And her reaction is what I want you to put in my review on Google. So he said, that's what yeah, that's what I want. Because I really want to see the review of a minimalist when they get a card that looks like that. And I was so happy last night before I went to bed. When I say happy, I was happy because the cards, most of them are still on the table. I took them out of order from the bins they were in. I had them organized. I don't even know which ones they go in. So I said, you know what? I have to wait and tackle this when I'm a fullness. So I'm looking at the cards, and he was saying such kind things about the cards. And I told him, I said, when he asked something, I can't remember, but basically my answer was, when I am making the cards, I'm making the cards based on how I feel at that time. So that's how come my cards come out in different ways, and sometimes not being able to be repeated unless, of course, I'm using my crafting tools. So when I say, and then of course I had to pull out a tote bag, and in a pretty bag. I said, well, here's the pretty bag that the cards are going to go in. I was extremely happy about the pretty bag. And then he said, you don't have, I said, And then he said, okay. And then I said, now here is your free gift, which is a tote bag. He said, oh, but you don't have, I said, Hey, he's like, and he has the sweetest smile, but I kid you not, I am so thankful that she has him in her life. I just hope and pray that she wakes up every day knowing the kind of man that she has. But he ended up leaving, and I said to him, I said, when you get into the car, just make sure you fix it up and make it like pretty, And he said, okay, I will. So he said, may I have your Zelle? I have to. I said, well, I don't know if this is the Zelle, but I think it is now. And I gave it to him. And when I walked away and closed the door, I felt beautiful. I felt beautiful because I kid you not, I'm waiting on something, but I know that I have to have patience because whatever I'm waiting for, I have no control over the outcome. And all I can say is I can see myself somewhere. So when I went to bed last night, I was reminded that I have to stick with what I love the most in this world, and that is Shay's Creations. So sometimes when I'm feeling a little doubtful, I'm reminded that this is where I need to be and this is where my foundation is. Last night it was so crazy because it was brick cold in here. I kid you not. The blinds were boom, and there's something over here. I don't know if it's this piece of paper, but it was all through the night. Then on this side of the wall, I don't know what in the world happened last night, but between that apartment and this apartment is this wall. And this wall has some freaking noise, like all in my, and it didn't sound like it was mice, like, you know what I mean? But I had to get to the point where I hit the wall, like, and then over here, I kept saying it must have been this paper shifting on the wall, but The freaking blessing sleep I had was amazing. And then something happened to me that was like, now this was on my bed, but I cannot tell last I ever was able to sleep under a comforter, something like this. None of that. Right now, I'm legit about to sweat. So under here, it's about to get wet and everything, and the window is open, and it's cold, it's raining, it's everything. Even under my arms feel a little bit moist. But I kid you not, last night when I went to out the room for a minute, came back in, something told me to grab this and put this around my legs. Now, when I say around my legs, I mean from my waist down. I would die if I had this, on my neck somewhere. They would find me just in the course of death, smotheration. Never would I be able to put this on my shoulder, my arm, and sleep. No. So I felt so comfortable. But the feeling that came over me was cozy. I'm not sure if that, but I also need to sleep with my feet out the cover because I need my feet to be cold. But last night, I was like, my feet was like this. I don't understand it, but my feet were just like this. As much as I could remember drifting off to sleep, my feet, were. And then I realized how much my feet has softened up with that coconut oil. So I'm feeling love. I'm feeling cozy. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm feeling all of these feelings when I put this on me. And then it reminded me why I have to stay mindful of people, places, and things, because a lot of people don't understand. You don't know who a person is. So you don't want to be connected to people that would extend their energy to you in things. And I don't remember who gave me this. If I had to guess off the top of my head, I would say April gave it to me. But I don't know who gave it to me. But all I know is I can feel the beauty, the love, the positiveness. I feel it all in this blanket. And when I say that, I say it from a point of maybe not being able to be clear. But when I say to people, be mindful, people, places, and things, because someone could give you something that doesn't really connect with you or really have you in their best light, which means they can bring something to you that will bring you energy that you don't need. But when I went to sleep last night and I had this on me, I was rested. I can't explain how comfortable I was last night. I am not going to fold this up today. This is going to stay just thrown out on my bed. I'm going to let that just spread up in here, because that was gifted to me in love. That's why I'm very, very thankful for this channel, because the energy that I took from that last night that covered me, I felt safe. When I was laying down yesterday, I had tears coming out of my eyes because I'm waiting for something that I really want, and I'm doing everything in my power to just be easy and to do everything I can to just live my life like I'm not waiting for it. But when I say I want it, I want it, and I feel like a little kid that someone took into the candy shop or the doll baby shop and bought a doll baby. That's how I feel. And I know I deserve what I want. I do believe I deserve. So I have to stay in mindful state of existence, because I don't want to let these tears fall and make me feel like I'm going negative when I'm doing everything I can to stay positive. You can't always stay positive because life does happen, but I still feel it's mine. There's no way to say anything else. I feel it's mine. Before I actually went to sleep, I saw myself doing certain things, and it was not in this area. And then to get the phone call I got this morning, oh, he was wearing this, this, and this. And I'm like, wow. And I miss whoever this is, but I'm okay with loving them for the rest of my life because I love enough to part ways and set you free, especially if I know you're not for me. That's the definition of love that I always want. I want to be able to love you and never see you again. So now I said to myself this morning, I need something from the Dollar Tree. But to find out that said person, and then I know the person is in the neighborhood, but this morning, a vision came over me that I was behind the wheel of my car and I saw, uh, let's give him a name for this video. Let's just say Mr. Sexy. And I stepped on the gas. Now, the rest of the vision, I can't really put in detail, but I'm sure you understand. So your girl is going to stay in the house today because you guess what? There is no way in the world I would want to cause harm to someone that I truly love. You understand? And I love enough to never see again because I am blessed in ways that I cannot tell you. My life has been blessed. I cannot believe just this week, three greeting card sales. And I kid you not, I still don't have $1. I don't have $1 from any of them. Although, you understand, that's why I know what I'm doing, I'm supposed to do. I just hope and pray that I don't get mixed up in bad company considering AI, if you understand what I mean. And it is what it is. But I'm so like upset that I answered the phone call this morning. So I'm kind of upset because some people don't realize when you're trying to move on, there's some information you may not be needing, and details like, oh, the shirt, no, makes you wonder, what were you looking at, but it is what it is. I am going to do a clean up, clean up. Yes, I am. But boys and girls, I was so thankful. The connection of that decent man, his spirit and everything. But I was laughing for one reason and one reason only because I love myself, boys and girls. I was laughing because I said to myself, the average person would not let somebody in their house at midnight. They're afraid of so many things, and I am afraid of things that will not bother me. I kid you not. If you actually knew what I'm afraid of things that cannot bother me. Now, when I say afraid, I'm using the word correctly, afraid. What I am terrified of is rodents, and rodents are not acceptable, which means I am going to be proactive against rodents. I don't give a fuck who anybody is. A rodent is not a friend of mine. No, that is not friendly. Leaving that around your food and all, that's not friendly. If you need to detach, bye, have a good day. I love you. Rodents are not my friends. Absolutely not. So, and when I get to wherever I'm going, whenever that is, you best believe a girl is going to be proactive. I don't have a problem with that because anything that can do damage to my insides, touching my food and all that other stuff, I kid you not, I don't want that, no part of that. So whatever may look cute on a greeting card will never look cute running across my bed, crawling up my walls and invading my food. No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. But I digress, and I mean no ill will to anyone who thinks a rodent is a friend. It is not. I saw a video where this woman was cooking, and there were rodents running around all over her house. And I said to myself, I understand some people find those, as royalty or whatever the case may be. I'm just thankful that I wasn't there because I legit was in someone's house that they were running around like friendly, and I don't even think the person saw me after that day. But when I was leaving their house, the way I cussed them in the street for bringing me over there for dinner, you didn't know this girl here. Don't invite me anywhere. Anywhere, if you think I'm going to be one of those people that's going to keep my mouth shut. I may keep my mouth shut, but my behavior is going to let you know I'm not eating. So don't invite me. And it's only for one reason and one reason only, for respect, because you have nothing to waste. But I am definitely not eating from everyone. I can't do it. I didn't grow like that. I don't have that in my background. So it's not about being disrespectful, but you can't put a plate in front of me and expect me to eat it, especially if I see certain things, because whatever is in here is it was in there since I was growing up. So, and we were not allowed to go to people's house eat for birthday cake and stuff like that. I did go to a birthday party one day in this neighborhood, and the cake, everything, the candy, the food, everything was out, looked really nice. The house was uh, hoarder type of house, but it was a little tidy for this event. And I do know the girl worked her hardest. She could really not control what her mother was living like. And I'm so thankful that her mother passed away. So thankful, because I saw her mother days before she passed away, and she was completely unstable. So I respect the process. A person who's living like that needs to rest, and that's it. So it was a benefit to the family in ways that only kindness could tell. But it was daylight, and it wasn't even 3 o'clock, and I saw two mice. One ran under the table where the cake was, and the chips and everything, and the food was on the counter with aluminum foil, and that was the second mouse I saw. So, and I didn't alert anyone. I didn't, get all out of shape. It was in the other room, and I was in the room with all the clutter. So I already knew it was behind the clutter too. So I basically whispered to my daughter, "You don't eat anything," and that's it. And she understood. You take your little candy bag and you leave. Open your mouth. You better put none in your mouth. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You better put none in your mouth. Ah! You better not put nothing in your mouth. And I love my sweet baby, honey, because she understood. She read the room, and she waited and let the kids do what they was eating, having a little fun, and happy birthday. Get your little candy bag, and see you later. Thank you. And we took a nice little gift and everything, because I'm that person. But mm-mm, no, she did not have any of the candy. Absolutely not. And I kid you not, you can say anything you want to say at this point. I don't care. When rodents are in your house, they're running rampant. They're on your bags. They're on your supplies, your coloring books. They're on everything. So it is what it is. So I know she did not eat any candy. Absolutely not. And at that time, my child was small. So even when I was on a public bus, the handle that you hold on, my wipes cleaned that off, and I would do that before I had a child. So my toilet was being cleaned a certain type of, that was before I had a child. So I wasn't putting it in the shopping cart and let her put my mouth down with the handle, because she's teething. None of that. So I know what's on the handle. It is what it is. So I am not being facetious anyway. You just have to be proactive, because it is what it is. So, and she didn't grow up, with lots of colds and infections and things. She did have an ear infection, at one point, but I was proactive in ways that some people would say, your germs are good for you. Well, I do know, and I will accept the ones that I have no control over. But I'm not just gonna walk her into no, you can't do that in love, in harm's way. Absolutely not. But something tells me that I may get some type of news, whether it's, and either way, if I don't get it, what I want so badly, I'm still going to be good, because I realize something that I have now that I didn't realize I had now. So if it does not work out, I'm going to stay in existence of understanding that both positions put me in a good way. I just need to focus on what I have and not focus on what I don't have. My headache has given me a break. Why? Because that garage has been a little quiet. So it's like 9:42. So I guess most of the people who had to be at work at 9 have already left the building. But I'm thinking that garage is going to kill me, because through the night I hear it, even when I'm sleeping. I'm waking up with migraines almost every day now. But I saw myself in a public place, mentioning that noise is causing me, and then the person said to me, "Well, most people are not home all day," and I saw the vision and everything, and I broke down. I was unwell. I was like hyperventilating and everything, because it basically, I'm not sure if that was a judgment or something, but it made me feel a certain type of way because I don't have access to the life that could provide me out there. So I'm going to hold off from even contemplating mentioning that. But if it's bothering me up here, I could only imagine what it's doing to someone that's closer to that garage, or it's just say above the garage. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Mm 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 mm. Mm. Mary, you need a little bit of carbs today because I know you've been in that bed and you couldn't get up, girl. I understand. Today it is 3 tablespoons of rice with my sausage, and I'm going to do everything in my power to eat this entire bowl before lunchtime. It's 9:30, 9:44 right now, but I can't eat it all in one sitting. I'm not going to gouge myself like that. I'm not going to be that person. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. But I am hoping that today gives me good news. Hoping, but I tell you no lie, I was awake and I decided that today's crafting day. I want to make greeting cards today, but I have organized myself, put away and tidied up and everything with the whole hopes of not crafting for a while. And then Tina crossed my mind this morning because I heard her voice and I saw this card with these flowers on it. A simple flower in the middle where I had something in the middle, but it was a larger flower that I never worked with before, and I don't even know how to make the flower. But I saw the card, so I don't want to craft, but I want to craft. And when I have those type of ideas, but the way I feel like crafting today, I would legit have to take my computer off this desk, take the keyboard off the desk, and just get busy. And it would keep me occupied all day without looking in my email. So I'm going to take my time, put on some type of learning video. Um, I'm going to be putting on medical videos because I want to learn things about the hospital. And the reason why is because I'm seeing a lot of doctors on YouTube telling what people need to know that their doctor is not telling them. And I'm happy for that because what a lot of people don't realize is that your doctor is not going to tell you what herb you can take at home because you don't sign into his office. He doesn't get paid. So now I don't think of the doctor as the enemy because there are things that they know that they can tell us to eat that will fix the problem before us having to go get a prescription, because I understand why they don't do it now. I may not understood before, but I understand now. That is their career. They went to school for this. They have massive bills to pay. They have a lifestyle that they're looking forward to. No different than me or anyone else. But being proactive in knowing how to fuel my body by the food I provide my body, that has to come from me. So I'm thankful for that. I did not know that there was a carb in a low carb in this bowl that I made, but this carb in this bowl I should not have eaten at night. I should have ate it in the day. I didn't know that. So when I did what I was doing, I realized that I made a really good nutritious meal that is very healthy, but I shouldn't have eaten this before at bedtime, which was like maybe 9, 10 o'clock last night. This is what I should have been eating in the morning with 3 tablespoons of rice. So that's how I'm going to learn to treat my body better by learning the things that I'm going to put in my body. But I kid you not, this zucchini and stuff, I'm going to be buying lots of it. Lots of it. Mm, 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 mm. I cannot tell, but that zucchini seems sweet to me. And it's so nice because being that I don't have, I don't do, I have, I do eat cookies, but not that often. So it's a long line down between the time that I eat. I can't tell the last I ate a muffin and all that other stuff. Yes, I will eat a muffin again. So it's because I have trained myself to reward myself and not just feel I have access to and I just have to have. It makes the reward so much better to enjoy. But kid you not, my daughter has some M&M peanuts in the car, and I don't like when she comes around me because she still has that sweet tooth. But she'll leave this and she'll leave, and I'm like, can you not see what I'm doing in here? You can't open up any cabinet in my house and find a snack. You can't. Now I have some granola right there, but that may not necessarily be a snack. But you can't walk in here in any cabinet and find a snack. And I wish she would just read the room and understand what I'm doing. But she left some potato chips here. What did I do? I saw the potato chips. I picked up the bag and I came right in my bed and lay down and ate it. I'm not going to not take responsibility for the fact that I didn't have to eat those cookies, those chips. But I do have to take accountability for the fact that I missed those chips. So I ate them. And I ate them on the 1st of April, which means it was good because that might be it crossed over to the next month, so I can give myself a little allowance. However, I have to make my mind think to give me a pass is what I'm going to do. But I don't want her to just come here with potato chips and cookies and M&M peanuts and think it's okay to just leave that here. No, you brought it here in a bag, put it in a bag, and walk out with it. That's what I wish she would do. But it's okay because I have taken my space. I said I made it clear. I need space again. I need distance because why? My peace. When energy is brought around me, it's not good. So spending time here and spending time there and spending time there and coming here for 5-10 minutes. No, you dropping all of that around me. I don't want it in there. And I'm so thankful that I understand the dynamics of mixing up all of this energy. It's not good for me, so I don't want it. So yesterday I had to do a few things. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I looked at my email. I have another another survey of some kind. But I'm not doing it. I got a little earnings today, a referral earnings. I forgot about that site, and then I popped up and seen someone cashed out. So I received $2.30, but I left it. I'm not gonna go search it. I probably don't know how to cash out at this point. And let me explain something to you. If you have sites like that where you get little referrals and stuff, and you don't cash out, at some point there's gonna come a time that you're gonna receive a check that an account has when they do an audit, and you're gonna get the check in the mail. So I'm not looking to cash out that $2.30. I'm not going to the site. I'm not going to wherever the money is, but I am gonna go check if my card. I don't know what's the name of the site. See, that's another reason why I need to be figuring out what I'm gonna do with these cards and situation that I'm doing because using an online site, the item has to go out, but where is the money? But I kid you not, I have to pay a ticket for $92.47, and my rent is paid, my light is paid. I don't know if all the lights are paid because I don't know if there's a balance because I didn't get the bill yet. I sent what I could and that's it. So I'm down to $93 and change, which is normally not even there. But now I'm sitting here laughing because the first thing I did check was see if I could pay the next ticket, which is 92.47. I don't even have 92.47. I have 92, but not 47. So I was like, you know what? That's a sign right there that I already made an extra payment of the 92, the 93.64. Just let that be it, and then next month work on the next one. So it would be easier. But I went downstairs last night and I found two boxes, so I want to make use of the two boxes. That is horrible. But uh, I was just quiet to see if you could hear that ringing. That noise is traveling way further than just right here. I could only imagine what people across the street are saying. That is a nuisance at nighttime to be sleeping, but I'm not gonna let that bother me. I want to stay focused on this. I did want to reach out to someone, to say good morning. Is there any chance? And I said, nope. I'm gonna stay in my lane and do what I'm supposed to do, and that's have patience. That's have patience. But I kid you not, my bed is coming today. I ordered my bed yesterday. My bed is coming today, and I don't remember if I heard that bed creaking when I was sleeping, but I did hear it creaking during the day. So I'm not sure if I want to put it together, but what I do have to wait for is the update to show me how long I have before I put in my review. So, and then the bed has two drawers underneath it. So I don't know right now if emotionally I'm ready to put the bed together, the drawers together underneath. And honestly, I feel like I'm going to end up knocking on a neighbor's door and asking him if I could give him a few dollars to put that frame together, which is basically nothing to put together. But that has nothing to do with it. His time is what matters, and I also know he's living on low funds. So I'm going to reach out to him. I know he's going for the day. He leaves every morning. He leaves the house. I'm going to leave a note on his door to see if I can have him put the bed together, but I want him to put together bed inside my home. I don't want my bed in someone else's home and dragged over here. That's not going to happen. I want it put together here. And see, but the headboard here, I want to take that out. But the reason why I don't want to take it out is because it's a good headboard, very good headboard. So I may put it on the marketplace and just say I need someone to come pick it up and take it out, whatever the case may be. But and no, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. Even if I didn't want to keep that for my bed, just say if I had a basic table like I have now, that could go on top of this table, glue it down, and make my craft table surface larger. And as I'm speaking to you, I need another larger surface because I'm going to make, I have a massive table for my bracelets, and I need a section for my cards, a section for my bracelets, so I can go from bracelets to cards without removing anything from the table. Now I found another craft that I want to do. I'm going to need another surface for that because I don't want to have to put away anything. All I want to have to do is tidy up for the evening and that's it. But to have to put away, no. But I have a massive decision I have to make, and I have to wait on this one little email or a phone call or whatever the case may be. But an application for an apartment came in, and let me go. I think I just threw in the garbage. Ooh. I don't think I want to answer. I honestly don't want to answer because I don't know the name. Freak. 207-1403. 207-1403. 207-1403. 207-1403. 207-1403. 207-1403. 207-1403. 207-1403. See, this is not nice. 207-1403. I have to answer calls. But if I pick up a spam call, this is not a spam call. I would have never have rung this long. That's Shay's Creations. That's not a spam caller. So if I don't want to pick up this phone, I get this phone and I dial the number. If it's a scam caller, it's not going through on the first ring. If it rings a few times, that means it's a person. So this was Shay's Creations. That's what that is. That's a call for me. But and it's a local call. It's a local call. So the good thing is when they see that call, they're gonna see Shay's Creations come up with their caller ID. So that's good. And nice 10 o'clock. So you have to be proactive with these things, because if you don't answer spam callers, then you answer one. Now they all know you're still there. That's why if you get junk mail, don't even bother with the junk mail. Write on the envelope, remove from, return to sender, no longer here. If you send all of that back, after a while, you will go to your mailbox and you will only find mail that you absolutely need to open. The junk and all of that other riffraff won't even be coming to you. So it is what it is. I even send back like pamphlets for the mall and all that other stuff. If I'm feeling a little energized, I will take a stroll to the mailbox, but I will write remove from list on the thing and drop it back into the post box, the outgoing post box. But woo! I wanted to reach out just to say something, and I'm running my big fat trap. I can reach out to say something because I have a question to ask. And it just came to me a few minutes ago when the phone was ringing that I didn't even realize. So I can put a kind little email together and a boop and get it back, because there are times a person can't tell you something. But if you listen, if you read and you listen very well, you will know something in there. So I do have a little something I can ask, but I want to find out what this was. But just imagine someone called me right before they started driving and they couldn't answer the phone. That's one of the reasons why I don't harass a number that calls me, because me, if I'm driving, I'm not using my phone. I'm not using my phone. My daughter actually had a conniption fit 2 days ago outside. She called me to pick her up, and I said, I'm on my way. And I was sleeping when she called, and I went straight to her. It took me 26 minutes to get to her, but she was on the corner already bunkered out. I didn't know where you was. You didn't answer the phone. Why can't you? And I kid you not, I was so well stayed in my lane. I don't know who anyone is to think that I'm going to be attached to a cell phone. It is not going to happen. You can text me today and I may not see it for 7 whole days. So if it's an emergency, don't reach out to me. Absolutely don't reach out to me, because I can promise you I don't have any idea. If I was to check my answering machine right now with y'all listening, and you hear the date and you I don't know who called me and left me a message. I even have it. Don't leave me a message on my voicemail, because I'm not gonna. I don't even. I remembered yesterday. I think when my caseworker mentioned to me, leave a message. Leave a message. I'm not leaving a message. I'm not leaving a message. If I reach out to you and I can't get you, click. That's it. I will let the phone ring till the dial tone and come on if I have to. Only because some people say, why did you not let the phone ring? I was in the kitchen or what. So now I let it ring a little longer. But I'm not leaving a message. No, I'm not leaving a message. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like stuff like that. I am getting this today. Okay. The apartment letter, I threw it in the garbage. I am almost positive I threw it in the garbage, but I don't know what garbage, and not this one, that's for sure. I threw it in the garbage outside the freaking building, and I was gonna. I threw it out. I know. I just said it. I just spoke of it, and I don't have nothing to like search around, all that stuff, just clutter from crafting and all that other stuff. But I needed that application. My headache is coming back. Gee whiskers. Oh, freak. I can't keep taking pills for something that's going to come back and forth. So I don't want you to say take a pain pill. It's not going to happen. I have to figure out how to manage life with pain without being hooked to that type of stuff. But I need a break from this garage. If I had if a room on the other side, you know, then I would possibly leave here. But every window in here is on this side, so it's not like. And if I leave this room and go that way, I'm closer to the garage. So, and I can't just turn the air conditioning on and close the window when I'm getting free air conditioning out that window. It doesn't make sense. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't have, but someone made me laugh, and Captain or whatever your name is, you had me in here cracking up yesterday. But what made it so bad, it was after hours when I read your comment about the love in the pot. But I'm in here laughing and laughing and laughing. I said, see, this is why people just drive me crazy, because they know I don't have a soft laugh. And I'm in here laughing. I'm like, ah! Because it was so funny. But I love this channel, Boys and Girls. I love this channel. But let me tell you something. I just made my coffee, and you saw me make my coffee. But what you did not see is when I added more water to the coffee, because the cinnamon and the nutmeg were concentrated, and then I dropped in my 2 pieces of ice. But one of the reasons why I'm happy that I have this cup, thank you, April, is because I can bring my coffee in my room where I want to sit right here, and I don't have to worry about dropping my cup. I was I had another cup which I still have, and the top broke, but I dropped that cup on my desk. And when I dropped the cup on my desk and everything, I just flew out of the chair. But some of the stuff that I was working on went to waste. So I was seeing a video or something or whatever, and it said, you know, you don't need extra of these, you know, but I now have 4 of them. And this one right here, I filled up with water, and my ice is in there. So I get to sip my water, and then my coffee is in here. So I'm not going to have 10 and 15 of them. But I think the 4 that I have is all I need, because they serve a purpose. So when you have something that you love that serves a purpose, even if you think you have too many, there is a thing called too many. But 4 of these in different sizes is not too many, because now I realize that instead of taking this one, see, I take this one in my car because I need to have water. But instead of taking this one outside, I'm going to use the other one that I'm not using right now. That's the one I'm going to designate for my car so I can fill it up. But I'm going to work on filling that one up with nothing but plain water. No flavored water, no coffee, just plain water and a full thing of ice. And let that be what I take on the road. And it will give me access to more plain water, because I have a hard time drinking plain water. But I would drink plain water in my car for some reason. I guess because I need to be, you know, quenched every now and then. But this is nice. And I put a lot of cinnamon in there. And I was reading up on whatever. And it says if you can get at least, I think, a teaspoon or a tablespoon of cinnamon, that it does something for your body. I don't know what it does, but I have noticed the difference. So I'm going to have cinnamon in every cup of that I have. But I do know something that I want now. I want a real coffee maker, because the cinnamon, the cinnamon works better if it's in the coffee maker being brewed with the coffee. So I have about maybe 5 or 6 jars of instant coffee. Love the instant coffee. And this eye is jumping, and I don't know why, but is something going to happen? I have those instant coffees. I don't have any more ground coffee. So because I know I at some point want a real coffee maker, I'm going to start putting ground coffee in my shopping cart. I can also taste the cloves. The cloves are going to keep me up for a while, which is great. But I'm going to figure out what my email, and then I'm going to make this room look like a disaster site, boys and girls, because I'm going to craft today. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. I do want to deliver um, my order that came yesterday, but she'll be over here soon. And oh my goodness, boys and girls, when I tell you how blessed I am, oh, when I tell you how blessed I am, I just need y'all to follow yourself, whatever you feel in here, even if you think it's gonna hurt, because comfort is not always good for you, honey. Sometimes you have to ruffle those feathers and do what you have to do. Beverly, I am so happy to see you this morning. I was kind of worried about you, but one thing with me is I'm not gonna press anyone. If someone is dealing with stuff, I'm going to let them deal with their stuff, and that's it. So I'm very happy to see you commenting on this thing, and I'm so happy to see that now my comments are being accepted. So I have to work on some of my back office stuff. I can't believe I wanted to go to the Dollar Tree, but I'm so glad I'm not going to the Dollar Tree, because I really and truly can't actually walk into the Dollar Tree and say I'm not taking $1 from something else, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But there was something I needed from the Dollar Tree. Oh, I think I am going to the Dollar Tree. I need iron pills because I don't know if my iron is low. I said I was going to just take 1 or 2 iron pills to see if that would help me with my exhaustion. But anyway, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for watching this video. I actually feel much better on my YouTube channel. I actually believe whatever was not in a savory light on this channel clearly got the message. I don't know for sure, but whatever they're going to do now, they're not going to make a mistake. I bet you they are more aware. I actually feel like whatever it was that was unsavory on this channel has clearly gotten the message. But I'm thankful. Whenever you need to speak to a police officer, speak to a police officer. They are there to protect and serve. Even if they're not all clean cops, make sure you have it documented. So at least 3 to 4 of my care managers know of what was sent to me through my YouTube channel. Even YouTube knows. The first report I did, I had to report it to YouTube, and so I'm thankful that I did that. I always say, when it comes to this channel, there is nothing for sale, absolutely, unless I specifically say I'm selling a greeting card or I'm selling a bracelet. Other than that, there is nothing here for sale. So I'm hoping and praying that whatever investigation that is going to be done, if there's any female out there that has not been aware that they were being watched and stalked and harassed, I hope they can be protected in some type of way. So I didn't want to say it because I'm going to make it point blank clear after I get a full determination, but I wanted to make sure that whatever time they needed to track the IP address, that they had it, because something came to me and said something about IP address and popped up an IP address on my screen. So I'm like, okay, but some things are not good to keep quiet. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And remember, I love you. Bye.